All right, you guys, happy Thriving Monday. Happy holidays. I can't say Merry Christmas anymore. I don't know how you guys feel today, but I woke up with a long to-do list because I'm ready for Ultimate Thriver. I'm ready to get my normal routine back, my normal eating habits, and get my house back to normal. I started tearing down Christmas decorations today, which I don't always do before the new year, but I'm just in that whole new mindset. It's a new week. We aren't at a new month yet, but if you are a typical thriver or an ultimate thriver, we don't wait for a new week or a new month or a new anything. We are ready to thrive and make the most of ourselves and our journey every single day. I am super mute everybody as they come in. I'm super excited about today's roadmap. If you guys don't know me, because I did put this on Team Thrive Nation for everyone else to join in, I'm Starla Scribner. I'm a 200K in Granbury, Texas. This is a team Zoom that we do every single Monday. We call it Roadmap to 200K because that's where everybody's headed. And then once we get there, our goal is to get everybody else to 200K as well. And today I'm super excited to be featuring one of the rock stars on our team, Brian Sample, his wife Tracy as well. She wasn't able to be on with us today, but we all know when there's thriving couples that even thrive and work this business together, there's usually a leader of the pack. And I will say in Team Sample, Tracy is like the best motivator, inspire, business partner there could be, but Brian's the one that sets the goals and then he doesn't stop until they get there. I know that about Brian, and it says Tracy Sample on our little Zoom here, but it's really Brian. And he and his wife Tracy, so on the Holiday Cash PPA leaderboard, you guys know we had that double promo, double triple commission, and then from the 9th to the 25th there was a cash leaderboard. Well, if you guys are like me and like most other people in Lavelle, the cash leaderboard's kind of just a bonus, right? You might check it day one or halfway through or even at the end just to see whose names you recognize on there, but every once in a while you're going to open it up and you might find your name on there. And I think that's what happened with Brian when this leaderboard launched on December 9th. It was like, oh my gosh, my name's on there. Once you find your name on there, you got to stay on there. So it was super exciting that they throw these promos out. So at the very end, we had Tracy Sample in the #1 spot. And then we also had Brian Sample way down. There were times when he wasn't even on there to get a prize, but his name was on the leaderboard. And these guys rocked it. They were crushing it from day one. So Brian is going to hop on here with me today. He's going to share some things about his Thrive journey, how they found themselves on that leaderboard, but more importantly, how they maintained it and walked away with he and his wife an $8,000 bonus from Lavelle and a $750 cash bonus. So $8,750 Merry Christmas bonus that they locked in at 10:59 p.m. Central Standard Time on Christmas Day. I couldn't go to sleep that night till it was over. So Brian, I'm going to unmute you, and you unmute yourself. I want you to start out by telling us just a little bit about you. Like, I know you because I work with you on a daily basis, but not everyone does. Tell us a little bit about Brian, how long you've been thriving, where you live, all those things.
All right. Thank you, Starla. I think I'm still catching my breath from Christmas night. But no, I started in July of 2020. Stan Murray introduced me to the product, and I'll be forever grateful for doing that. Just a quick, we had really good success in the beginning, ran up to 12K in 30 days. And it hasn't always been a smooth road. I've learned a lot. And part of what has made it a little bumpy is me. I talk a good game sometimes, but I don't do what I've been taught to do all the time. That's fixing to end, because I see success. People, especially new people on here, I can't stress enough to take advantage of what these successful people have done for us. They've laid it out. They've been through the ups and the downs, and these people know what worked. I mean, we're always going to tweak it a little bit, to what fits us best, but don't try to reinvent the wheel. And I was trying to do that for a long time. But anyway, A year and a half into my Thrive journey, I've been blown away with, first of all, the product. Tracy and I say all the time, if something unfortunate happened and we weren't promoters anymore, this product will be in our body every single day for the rest of our life. That's a given. That's between us. That is not ever gonna waver. So first and foremost, the product. We love the product. We've had such success with the product. I didn't know what to expect in the beginning, and I'm gonna make this part of my story not as long. Here's the deal. I'm 52 pounds down. I'm 51 years old. My knees were bothering me forever. I run, I walk now, I sleep better. It's changed Tracy's life. She had migraines, she had headaches, she didn't sleep well. I pretty much was a single man in the wintertime. We call her the bear. She would hibernate. She hurt so much. It's who she was. And these last 2 winters have been amazing. I have a different wife the last two winters. Well, we're enjoying everything about it. She sleeps well. She gets up before me in the mornings, which it used to be make her a cup of coffee, tiptoe to
What
the
are you
nightstand,
eating?
set it on the nightstand and ease away. That was the way it used to be. Now she's up before me in the mornings, and it's changed our life, the product itself. On the promoting side of it, Starla's right. Let me back up just a second. We're from Lovelady, Texas, population 649. There's an 80K in this town. There's 2 or 3 12Ks in this little bitty town. So another thing I want to throw out there to y'all, don't think that your town is too small. You're going to make what you want of it. But back to what Starla said, I looked up when this started. Well, let me start before that. This month started with a welcome call. I had lined up a welcome call, and the lady I'd lined the welcome call up with, something came up, and she couldn't jump on. So I'm going, what the heck? This person I want to talk to has very little time. That's what's great about this Thrive family. Boom, I reach out to another one. It happened to be Courtney. Courtney jumped on, and it turned out to be the perfect fit for the lady I was talking to. After that welcome call, I reached out to Courtney. I was at a point where I was kind of spinning my wheels a little bit. And not that I don't have great leadership, because Starla is the best, but it was cool to be able to reach out for somebody. And Courtney's not even in my direct upline. So she just did me a favor, because that's what we do as a Thrive family. And we talked a little bit. We talked about, and one of the things that stood out to me, she said, I hit 12K in October. I'd had a bad month in November because of me. And I was feeling some pressure. I want to go to Punta Cana. I mean, we're beach people. We love it. I wanted to be successful. And sometimes I overthink things. And Courtney just said, listen, be bold. Think outside the box a little bit and be bold. Those people that have been scared to reach out to because you're scared they were going to say no, or maybe they gave you, I'm not interested right now in the beginning, reach out to those people. Don't hold anything back in the month of December. What do you have to lose? And so that kind of stuck with me. And so we got a little creative, and I started thinking outside the box a little bit. And like Starla said, I looked up and I was on the leaderboard of the holiday PPA, and I thought, I wonder where this could go. Well, it made sense. And then boom, they come out with the double triple. And that brings me back to something that I used to do. Double triple. I was that guy that reached out and said, okay, if I can get you and you and you to commit to it, then I can give you, to my promoters, then I can, give you a good deal on a product. And millionaire mindset always sticks with me from when Starla said it behind months ago. So I just put the throttle down. I was determined that if I go out there and I give a good deal to somebody, I'm going to get to triple. There is no doubt I'm getting to triple. So I put the hammer down, and it made sense for us to build some stuff under Tracy, and I look up and she's flying up the leaderboard. We're adding people, and it kind of got crazy there for a little while. And I'm thinking, this is the reality. And what holds me back, and I'm going to stress this to people, you're the only one holding yourself back. Because whenever I get that drive and I get that focus, great things happen every single time. And I get mad at myself because I'm like, just do this all the time. But anyway, we're doing it now, and we rocked along there, and Tracy drove, she was shooting up the leaderboard, and we were bringing people on, and it got to be fun. It got to be stressful. I knew Christmas was coming up, and one of the things that just kept me focused and kept me going is I noticed when we would post something on Facebook or somebody would post something about the leaderboard, people that I don't even talk to every day in the Thrive family, they're jumping on there encouraging. You can do it. You got this. I mean, I have people private messaging me, stay focused. It was just a team effort. Honestly, I don't know if they even realized what they were doing for us, but it helped. So
wait, hang on.
Yes.
I've got all these things going through my head that I don't want to forget and I don't want to miss. So right. I know, well, first of all of you guys, I want you to know, Brian is like my level 6. There's incredible leadership and a couple different 200Ks and a 40K between Brian and I. However, his leadership is so amazing. And when he says, like, he quits doing, or to listen to your leaders and do what they've already taught you how to do, it's because his leaders follow the steps. They follow the funnel. They do everything to the T. When they're on it, they are on it, and they don't miss a step in plugging people in to three-way calls and chats to give them the story, the third-party validation. They give them the options of customer promoter. These guys, they're all guys between us, minus one. They are the team. I say the team within my organization that when they bring in a promoter, they don't just bring in a promoter or get a $200 pack or even a $400 pack. They start with telling people the value of the $800 pack. When Brian started, he came in ordering an $800 pack. That's what his upline started with. That's what his upline started with. That's what his upline started with. So when they start people they truly share with them the opportunity here, and they want a good deal when it's triple commission, and B, they really want to grow this business and they want to start right. They start with an $800 pack. They bring in all these people with $800 pack. So Brian has that in his favor. Not that you have to do that to be successful here, because I'm not great at that. I'm great at a $400 pack. But just so you guys know, because if you notice on the leaderboard, you can go look at it now. His number of PPA is way lower than the other person that won $8,000 as well. And I say it's Tracy Sample, because they brought in a lot of volume with less orders because they were bringing in those promoter packs. Because he knows the value and he shares the value. He doesn't discount the product or this opportunity by just getting in a promoter to hit his goals. So with that being said, I know Brian so well and work I knew exactly what was going on during all of this, even though I'm so many levels up, because his sponsor, when he started, he immediately he had already been on a three-way call with some of his other upline. He put Brian on a welcome call with me for me to get to know him and for him to get to know me, so he has more support as he's growing his business. This was way back in July of 2020. But I got to really meet and learn who Brian was. And he got so comfortable with me within days. He was texting me questions and texting me for three-way calls, as well as his upline support. So those are two valuable things I think you guys can learn from Brian and his team. Don't undersell this product or the opportunity. Give people all of the options and help them to understand the value of those larger promoter packs. B, community. Use your upline. multiple upline and plug new people into them so that you form this relationship. And then the entire community, like everybody you see on the Zoom, and Brian reaching out to Courtney, they're sideline teams within my organization. There are lots of sideline people that I reach out to all the time for motivation, not necessarily for throughway calls because they're busy building their own team and I have incredible upline, but for support and motivation. And then the other thing that falls into community that he just said, building people up. I know Stan, his upline sponsor, posted several times, and we did it on our team page, like, cheer on Team Sample, they're on the leaderboard. And then you have all of these people, on our team commenting, and obviously people did it privately to him. That means so much to people, even if it's not in the forefront for the public to see. Any of those personal little messages or encouragement, just think about it. Have you ever been sent a little encouraging message, or, hey, I'm thinking about you today. Don't know what's going on, but you're on my mind. Those little things go a long way. So Brian, I'm so happy to hear that you were getting that kind of encouragement, whether we were shouting you out publicly to encourage you, or it was those personal messages. I call that a ripple of blessings. We bless each other. We found something that we love and we're passionate about, and we're having success with, and then we share it, and it creates more ripples. So I wanted to stop with all of that. And then Brian, I want to say another thing about your journey, because I know why you were on the leaderboard to begin with on December 9th, because you were going to earn Punta Cana. So in October, he said he hit 12K because he said, I'm going to Punta Cana. I'm not missing a trip. I will be there. He had hit 12K before and then kind of, went back and forth. It was hit or miss. So we've all been there, that ebb and flow of this. Well, he was like, I am going to hit it and I'm going to qualify for this trip. That was October, and he did it. And I'm sure you invested in your business that month to make it happen. And then in November, it was slower. He was, not as plugged in. He was busy. Life happened. He wasn't, as he said, as focused as he knows he can be, and he knows he should have been. And then in December, and he called me. December, I don't know if it was December 1st, but it was like, it's on. Like, this is happening. It has to happen. It has to happen in December, and the holidays are going to get crazy. And so he was already in the mindset. He was going 12K and going to Punta Cana. And then Lavelle always, it seems like they always give us what we need when we need it. They launched that double triple, and then it was really on because he had that to aid him in his endeavors. And that's when he looked up, when he started offering triple commission deals, and they're on the leaderboard. The hard part to me, and Brian, you can tell me from your aspect, I've been there before, way back, I think it was 2016, I was on a leaderboard and I finished first, but it was hardcore. So I've been there, but tell me from your point of view, just tell me a little bit about the journey and about what, we know what drove you here. You were on the leaderboard to win the money, but in your talking, I want you to tell me, during all those ebb and flows of going up and down, hitting 12K, missing 12K, earning a trip, missing a trip, like, what drives you? What keeps you sharing and growing this business, even, though you've missed your goals several times?
Oh, hey, can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
I lost the video somehow.
Oh, did you hear what I just said?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I think I'm back. All right. What kept me, I'll tell you, in the very beginning, it was, I wanted to feel better. I wanted more energy. That was the thing that got me started. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to be brutally honest here with you. I'm not going to be the guy that says all the right things. So if I say something a little bit wrong or touches you wrong, hey, I'm sorry. But I was driven not only from the product, I want to retire. I'm 51 years old. I do not want to work for the phone company when I'm 55. I just don't. And so we always keep the product in the forefront. And I think I'm most successful when I do keep the product in the forefront. But you have personal goals. If you don't have personal goals, then I think you're missing part of this journey. I think that's at times what drives you. It always has to be about the product first, but I'm telling you right now, if those that don't know me, if you see my Facebook here, the afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, you'll see me on a beach in Mexico. We love to travel. And so with my job, I'm a phone man in a little small town. I do have a lot of vacations, so we do get to travel. I get to travel more now with Lavelle because 3 trips a year, yeah, that just adds to what I get to do. But one of my driving factors is retirement. I mean, this is something that I can build into something special, helping people along the way. I can go lay on a beach in Isla Mujeres, Mexico, and I can still work this business. That drives me. I'm not going to lie. Getting my wife back, that was a bonus right there. Never thought that would happen. But another thing I want to stress to y'all is you don't have to be 200K to be on these leaderboards. You can just start. I'm a 12K, Tracy's a 4K. So don't think that you have to be in this forever and know how to do every little thing. You can do it when you first come on. So a point here I want to make is don't sell your, and Starla mentioned it, don't sell yourself short. Don't get conservative. If I mean this, I showed myself and I showed a lot of people this month what happens when you're bold, when you're not conservative, when you're not scared of a no, when you're not scared of, this or that. I just honestly, I did this month what I need to do every month. And it taught me this might be the most valuable month, not just from winning the bonus and stuff like that. That's a bonus. And yes, that's one of the things that I was driving towards. But I think more than the money, what I learned this month is if I want to get after it and I want to do it and I want to build it, this is the kind of mentality I have to have every month, not just when we're in bonus time, every month. And it can turn into whatever I want it to be if I have that mindset. But back to what Starla said, yeah, I have a lot of different reasons why. And one of the main reasons is to have a retirement that I can enjoy and still work, if you want to call it work. I don't really consider this work because I have so much fun with it. So, I mean, if I'm laying on the beach and I get a 3-way call, what better situation and what better place to be in to do a 3-way call? I remember when Starla, I brought on one of my first promoters during my bonus time, and I'd already thought Starla was back from Cancun. And I call her for a welcome call, and she's like, well, let me step out of the restaurant. I'm in King. I was like, well, no, it's okay. No, I don't want to bother you. She's like, Brian, that's what's so awesome about this company is this is what I get to do. And I can do it from anywhere. So that drives me too. Not only when I retire, I don't have to stop. I'm just going to be able to do it in a prettier place and make more of an impact. And how good of a story is that when I'm sitting here on a welcome call and they ask where I'm at or somebody mentions where I'm at? That person's going to think, wow, not only can I do this, I can do this from a beach. So that's a lot of what drives me from a personal standpoint. Like I mentioned, you'll never get more joy out of some of the text I've gotten this month from people that it's truly changed their life. And some people don't understand how that feels until they felt it. I didn't understand that because Starla told me, and Jim told me, and Scotty, and they all told me, hey, when you start helping people, that's going to fill you up. And I thought, okay, but seriously, those texts that I get, I got a text from a woman that I had give a sample to. I gave her we were at an event, I gave her a 4 or 5 day sample. Actually, I gave her and her mom, but she stole her mom's. And anyway, so she had like 4 or 5 days. She messaged me after she ran out, and I'd forgotten she had ran out. I'd checked with her, but she was going to wait. And she said, this week is horrible. And I'm thinking, and I text her back, horrible because of Thrive? And she's like, no, I ran out. And so she was a young mom. I could go on and on, but that story hit me hard because she was a young mom, out of energy, in desperation. And when she had that 4 or 5 days of Thrive, she was a different person. Her husband noticed it. Her child noticed it. And so she's going to be a lifetime thriver. But those kind of stories is what it trumps everything. It truly does.
Okay, Brian. So I know a couple of things. We have a question over here asking what daily actions did you change in December to get the ball rolling, and you've said this is how I need to work every month. So tell us what you changed, and I will tell you guys what I know that I saw Brian and Stan Murray. I see his name on here too, you guys. He's Brian's sponsor, and he has led the way. Talk about leading by example. He hit VIP 1600 in 24 hours. I've never had anyone on my team do that. So he, just hit the ground running from the beginning and trying to train Brian in that way. And he's the one that plugged him into me to begin with. And he's just really an amazing leader. But these two guys together, what I have been so impressed with, I think this month, in the month of December, it might've been in November, which, what you do today will pay off in a week or two or a month or two. They have been popping up tables at local vendor events. They were at Christmas on the Square in this town. They were at Christmas on the Square in that town. And then they were enrolling people for free and Brian put me on numerous three-way calls. That young mama that he was just talking about, I was on a three-way call with her because she had a sample. So since he sent a sample, he enrolled her a free account, and he put her on three-way call. And so I know that y'all were out thinking outside of the box, like Courtney told you should too. And I can't tell y'all how many times Brian texted me or called me this month, because maybe I sent him a text saying, oh my gosh, you're still on the leaderboard. You can do it. You've got this. And then he'd say, whoo, I'm trying. I've exhausted, your words exactly. I've exhausted all my resources. Like, I don't know who else to go to, but yet you found more people. You did it. And you stayed till number one. And also, you guys, if you're not on the leaderboard, you're not necessarily watching it, but I text Brian about 9:00 on Christmas night. And I said, watch, they were still number one, first place, but first and second place both won $8,000. So I said, watch it very closely, because I've seen these leaderboards change drastically the last few minutes of the month. And I don't like that, but it happens. People hold orders and wait. So he said, I'm watching it, and I've got something in my back pocket, and I'll be darned if 10 minutes before the cutoff time, it didn't start changing. Several orders went, and they got bumped to second, and then number 3 was like coming in hot. And sure enough, they put in another order. But Brian, you obviously didn't exhaust all your resources. You obviously were thinking outside the box doing those vendor events. So tell us what you changed daily in December, or not even daily. What did you do in December to make things grow that weren't moving in November?
Yeah, you mentioned one of the things that that we did. We hit a couple of vendor events, and I thought outside the box at those, because I've done a few, never really had a lot of success, which they're not ones you're going to sit there and sell, but it's a way to get a lot of new contacts. But what I did is I set up one-day samples. I had my business card in there. I had how to take the Thrive, and I had one-day samples. I think I went to that Huntsville event with about 100 one-day samples. Everybody that showed up at my table got a one-day sample if they filled out their information. And I have a little like a spin the wheel, and I put on there different things: a plus line product, a second entry in the drawing, and I gave away like a month of Thrive, a full month of Thrive. So I got people to the table. I gave every single person a one-day sample. I don't know if that's the smart thing to do. It's working. I'm telling you, it's working. Because when I follow up with those people, what I did in the past is I would follow up with people and I couldn't remember who I gave a sample to necessarily. I didn't keep track of that close enough. Well, I know now everybody that I follow up with, I gave a one-day sample to. And if I gave them a 3-day sample, I would mark it on their slip. But it gave me so many more people to contact. And I was amazed at how many people either loved the taste of the shake or felt a big difference in one day. And so, and if they didn't, and I presented it to them that if you don't, some people don't feel, anyway, I'm getting long-winded. I gave everyone a one-day sample. I signed them up. I made a free account for them, and I followed up consistently with them. And I've gotten a whole lot new movement with customers, with, you know, promoters, with just people that I can reach out to over and over again. And what I also did is I have a list, and I had kind of written some people off as wait. I didn't wait on anybody. The month of December, they heard from Brian. I just went and just contacted everybody. And absolutely doing the double, triple, it helped us with the recruiting tool. I mean, everybody likes a good deal, so you can throw a little bit here or there. And so it was just some incentive. But what Starla mentioned earlier about the 800 packs, I don't know how many 800 week packs we got this month. It was a lot, but I went for that. I didn't slow play it. I didn't go for the 400 in this. Maybe I scared some people off. I don't think so, because I could always back down from the 800 to the 400. But I went 800, 800, 800, and I mean, we I don't even know how many we did, but I think it was because being aggressive with the 800, and if they really balked at that, then we backed off to the 400. And I had a lot of customers, you know, take advantage of a good product deal. And while the month of December, like I mentioned earlier, we don't try to uninvent the wheel. But when Courtney told me to be bold, I think Kelly Patterson said be bold, think outside the box. I took that to another level. And I saw some things that I don't think I'll do on a daily basis, every month after month after month. I think there's some longevity in doing some things a little bit different, but I didn't get too creative. I just got a little bold. And it paid off big time. But I'm going to tell you, those events, I was down on those in the beginning because we went to a couple and we didn't really see any results. But, you know, it's like anything else with Thrive. You kind of tweak. You try this a little, you know, try something a little bit different. And I'm telling you, the 1-day samples, that works for me.
Love it. That's gold. And you know, Paul Grabett, our CEO, will say that the 1-day samples, give them 1 day. I've never, you know, we've always been taught and trained 3-day samples before he switched to 1 day. And I've never been able to wrap my mind around the 1-day samples, but I've watched you do that, and I've watched you grow. And I think it's gold. I think that's a millionaire tip right there, you guys. So
Well,
when you say you were bold, I know you got outside the box and did the vendor events, and then you were following up and reaching out and asking those people to get on the phone. Did you reach out to people that you were maybe scared to reach out to before? Did you reach out to more people that you had just kind of kept putting on the back burner as far as your personal network?
Absolutely, I did. That's one of the things that I did. And and some of those people that I didn't figure, you know, would listen to me did. And one thing that I believe it was Jim Bird told me early on, don't say no for somebody else. That's not fair to them. Don't say no for them. If they're gonna say no, make them say no to you. But don't sit there and look down your list and say, oh, that person wouldn't want to, or you know, I might be a little embarrassed to go. No, that's one thing I did in December is all those people that I was hesitant about, I went after them. I went after them, and what I did, I didn't do anything crazy. More than anything, I did the things I was supposed to be doing. Honestly, I followed up better. I posted. I was a little more aggressive with the business in the month of December, but mainly I just reached out to people that I had kind of pushed to the side, went down my list, and hit all those people that I had kind of made my mind, or made the decision for them that they're not going to do it. I just reached out to them, and I was pleasantly surprised. And what's crazy, y'all, people watch. I had a guy reach out to me that I hadn't contacted in a year. Boom, he reaches out to me. He's like, man, I want some of that product. I've been watching you. And so anyway, we got to talking a little bit. He ended up buying a 400 pack because he saw the value in more product for a good price. And that guy came out of nowhere within the last two. Actually, he was the guy that got me to Punta Cana, got me to 12K, got me to Punta Cana. He was that guy. And I was sitting there trying to balance Tracy's leg, leaderboard, me qualifying. And if y'all know me, and Starla gets on to me all the time, don't overthink it. But my mind was going crazy. But this guy comes out of the blue, never expected it. And boom, he pulled the trigger on a 400. So something to remember, plant seeds and know that people are watching you.
Well, and I'll follow up with that. So Brian, I know that everybody you reached out to, and we have a question over here. When you did those reach outs, did you reach out immediately about Thrive, or did you just kind of reach out, checking in and kind of build that relationship first? So we'll come back to that question. But I will tell you, finishing December, because we're not done yet. We've got a lot of days left in December. And by the way, you guys, Brian has skyrocketed way past 12K. He qualified for Punta Cana. Did you earn the VIP trip yet?
I haven't. I'm still auto ship short of that.
Okay, so that's your goal for the rest of December. And then all those people that you reached out to, I know they didn't all order yet. So you have that to follow up with. That's your follow-up list in January. All those people that are still on the fence and still watching, because you still have a lot of seeds that you planted in, the last 6 months or the last 30 days that I know haven't ordered yet, that you'll be able to, sow those seeds now for the months to come. And we have Ultimate Thriver on top of that too. So,
Starla, let me say something real quick. This came to my mind.
Okay.
And I struggle with this more than a lot of people. Well, I don't know, than a lot of people. Okay. This is something that this is golden right here. And Starla is, and Jim has backed it up too, but Starla is the one that got me thinking this way. This is a prime example of the way I used to think. Okay, I've hit 12K. I've qualified. The competition is over. Coast. I don't really need more volume this month. Let's wait until next month. Absolutely not. Don't do it, because you have to get back to the mindset that if I bring on a new promoter on December the 28th, they're already working their business trying to hit goals. So my volume and their volume and everything is going to skyrocket in January. If I wait until January, then I'll put myself behind a week or so. So it's real easy. And I know a lot of people do it. I see it. I used to do it. There's nothing really left to work for it at the last week of December. That's wrong, because there's everything to work for, because it's going to build you going into January. So never, I've done it, never, ever, ever put off somebody that if they're ready today, I don't care if it's December 31st at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Don't put them off until in the morning, because I've had it happen 2 or 3 times. I've had a chance to close. They slept on it. They ghosted the heck out of me from then on. So
I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm just saying, yes, that's a proud mama moment. I didn't even have to say those words. I love hearing that come out of your mouth, Brian. And I'm telling you and everyone listening, for the rest of December, we're just having like a one-on-one conversation here, me telling you, the rest of December, work like you've already been working in December. Because here's what happens. If you have that person at 10 o'clock on December 31st, that's, ready to order, and you're like, oh, I'll just get with you in the morning. Well, you could have that order in December and then have it triple in January, because not only is their auto ship going to go through again in January, so you get their volume again, and then you're helping them thrive for free. Or maybe they absolutely love it in their first week and they flip to promoter. But, you just never, ever, ever put them off. You don't know what's going to happen between that time they're ready to order and the next day when you have time to get with them. They may have a flat tire and go in and have to spend $1,000 on new tires and then just decide, nah, I'm not going to do it. Maybe I'll do it next month. You just never know what's going to happen. And you don't ever have to worry about not getting that order for the next month, because you always want to think of it as multiplying the next month. It's never just about that 150 order. It's about that order and then helping them grow and share. And it's only the beginning. Jason Camper said one time on stage at Thrivepalooza years ago, and it stuck with me. My team is probably so tired of hearing it. It's only the flipping beginning. And I still hashtag it all the time, especially on new promoter shout outs. You don't want someone hitting VIP 800 and then sitting back and, oh, I hit my bonus, I'm done. No, it's only the flipping beginning. Now we're going VIP 1600. And then once they do that, it's not just about that fast start cash. Now we're going 4K, because then when you're 4K, you've got a team, and then you're helping them go 4K, and then you're 12K. It's always only the flipping beginning. And that's what I think of every single time I get someone started on Thrive. Like, this is only the flipping beginning of their journey. I've got several examples on here. I could shout out Leanne McCoy. She won Ultimate Thriver Season 1, second place, and I think it's second place. And she sampled, felt nothing. And, I could have marked her off my list, but I didn't, because I knew she just didn't give it long enough. Then she ordered as a customer and thrived for 30 days, maybe not doing it right, maybe so, I don't know. And then stopped taking it for a couple months, but we were friends. She was hanging out with me. She was watching me. And then we went on a trip together, and she ordered again. And she's been thriving ever since. But then the Ultimate Thriver, so this is building a picture for you guys. Even if someone sampled with you and said they didn't feel it, don't write them off. If they ordered for you once before, don't write them off. The next few days in December, to be planting seeds and growing your business, you want to be reaching out to anyone and everyone, whether you've talked to them before, you haven't talked to them before, they've thrived before, they've quit. Talk to them about Ultimate Thriver, because Leanne swore Thrive wasn't doing anything for her. But then the Ultimate Thriver Challenge started. And by the time those 12 weeks was up and she worked with her Thrive experience, she not only won $15,000, her body has transformed. The second Ultimate Thriver, her body transformed even more. This Ultimate Thriver, her body's going to transform even more. She went 40K. She won a Tesla from the leaderboard on Lavelle. Brian was also on that leaderboard. He just didn't get drawn to win the car, because that was, again, one of those times when he was just on it. But I'm just so thankful for Leanne continuing to watch me, and for me not just scratching her off my list because she tried it and didn't like it. It's not that she didn't like it, she just didn't give it long enough. So that's just another way to think about the tools Lavelle gives us and what you can do to let the next few days of this month be only the flipping beginning for all of those people that are just starting their Thrive journey. But it's up to you what you do with that. Another topic, we were actually going to talk about it today, and I wanted to interview Brian instead. And Brian, be thinking, I want you to have some closing words here of just whatever you want to say to end this here in a minute. But you guys leading by example and not dragging a team of deadbeats that don't really want to grow this business. That actually will probably be our topic for next Monday's Roadmap to 200K. But it just goes into play here too. Brian has said over and over and over, like, he just can't get that person that's ready to run with him. Like all the promoters, like they say they want it, and sometimes they work a little, but then they end up falling off. My pool guy's waving at me. So they end up falling off, and he's just like, I'm not going to grow because my team's not doing anything. Well, Brian learned this month, and he already knew, if it is to be, it's up to me. It's not up to your team. It's up to you. You're the one that's going to find those people that are ready to run. You be the runner, and you're going to attract runners. So that's what I'll end with. And Brian, I'll let you just kind of close this out with some final thoughts or tips or whatever. What's on your mind?
All right. I know there's such a variety of people, Lavelle millionaires, all the way down to new brand promoters on here. And I know the people that have been doing this a long time, I'm not going to say they don't need to hear this, because they do. I'm sure there's a lot of them. But the young ones, I've noticed this. You're going to get ghosted. You're going to have friends that you never thought would ignore you in the beginning, ignore you. Do not let that get you down or lose your focus, because I've seen a lot of people get really frustrated in the beginning when they didn't see immediate results. Know that those people are watching you. Stay consistent. And if there's any guys, I know Stan's on here. This is something, talking about what drives me. Here's another thing I forgot to mention. I'll watch woman after woman after woman after woman walk across the stage, 200K. It is a little easier for women, but I can do one of two things. I can use that as an excuse or motivation. And I hope I don't make any women mad on here, but I'm telling you what, I use it for motivation because I know it's possible. And I have used that excuse. And Starla knows I've called her up and like, dang it, it's tougher for us men, you know, but use it as an excuse or motivation. So guys, if you're on here, or if leaders, women, if you have guys that are on here, here's the deal. If you got a guy that's feeling down and he needs a guy to talk to, send him my way. Send him my way. I will motivate him because I've been there and I've done that. I promise you. I've used it as an excuse too much. So to end with this, be more bold than you usually are. There's some people that are bold, but there's always room for improvement. Don't get too far off down a side road, but get a little bold at times. Take some chances. Reach out to that person that you thought there is no way that they're going to do this. You never know when that person is going to be in the right mindset, looking for the right thing that you never would have thought that they would. Jump on as a customer, love it. And then here we go. Something me and Stan use, we have to use it for motivation every once in a while because we've had some ups and downs, is our little motto is one away. Sometimes you're just one person away. So don't lose faith and keep staying consistent, love the product, and reach out to your leaders because they're going to motivate you.
I love it. Thank you so much, Brian. Y'all remember, you're just one away. It only takes one. I love everything that you shared with us. I'm so proud of you and Tracy. I know this is only the flipping beginning for you guys. You're going 200K. You're going to walk across that Lavelle Millionaire stage one day. And I'm going to be on the front row cheering. So you guys, we do this every Monday, same time, same Zoom link. I'll try to remember to post it on the other team pages as well. Tonight, Ultimate Thriver Challenge registration open today. If you didn't see that already, I don't care if you need to transform or not, do it. Nobody is going to do it with you if you don't commit to doing it yourself. I weigh 100 pounds, maybe 104 after Christmas, and I will be doing the Ultimate Thriver Challenge again with my team. Tonight, we have a team call featuring the 3 winners from our organization over the past 2 seasons. We really, really hyped this up because we all participate. We've had amazing results. Leanne will be sharing, my husband, Josh, and Candace McCool, who won 2nd place last year. They'll all be sharing their Ultimate Thriver journey tonight. I'll get that posted. But you guys, if it is to be, it's up to me. Remember that.
One last thing. Miss Betty, you saved me a dance in Punta Cana.
All right, you guys, have a great day and have a powerful week. Thanks for joining us.